Hey, Dan here, and in this video I'm responding to a comment I read recently which said, for ENFPs, freedom is everything, correct? And my answer may surprise you a little bit, and I even have a program called the Free Freelancer. Yet I have to really disagree with this. Freedom is not everything. Freedom is a means to an end. And to explain why it's so important to differentiate this, I'm going to start off with motivation. When you're trying to motivate yourself intrinsically, right? Not at a job, not with someone yelling at you if you don't do it or giving you a reward or a prize if you do. But when you're trying to be self-motivated, you have two ways you can be motivated. Trying to move away from something, so you could call this like fear-based motivation or motivation trying to move away from what you don't want, and towards motivation, moving towards things, moving towards what you do want, moving to a more positive life. Now, both types of these motivations are valuable. They're both tools you can use, and if you're trying to motivate yourself more, I would suggest having a clear picture of what you don't want and using that as fuel, and having a clear picture of what you do want and also using that as more of a magnetic pull to move you towards what you want. But having freedom as an outcome, saying that what I really want in life is freedom and that's everything, that's kind of in a way motivation, like it's based on something you don't want. Maybe you've had a really bad job or a over-controlling parent or spouse or something, or you're just in a place right now where you don't have a lot of money, you don't have a lot of freedom, and you're maybe watching this from a cubicle thinking, all I want is freedom. The truth is, once you get that freedom, you're probably going to want to do a lot more. Now, using freedom as an away motivation is something you want to get like away from your current situation, so you want to move towards freedom and have that fuel, definitely do that, because freedom is a good thing. It's wonderful to be able to decide what you want to do and when you want to do it. At least wonderful most of the time. Sometimes it leads to its own issues. So freedom as a motivation can be really powerful, but it should not be your end goal. Not only will you not be happy with just freedom, I'll tell you that. You might suddenly get a bunch of money and be able to quit your job and do whatever you want, and you'll be happy for like 2 weeks at most if you are an ENFP. Then you are going to get bored and you are going to want a cause and a challenge and a mission and something to do. So freedom as a whole is a terrible end goal. But another reason it can be so dangerous is that if your end goal, the way you're seeing it, is freedom, it's not creating a powerful business, it's not running a marathon, it's not changing a country, it's not doing something bigger than just being free to do whatever I want. If that's the case, you're probably going to go about things in a totally wrong way. You're going to try to start some weird freedom-based business where you're chasing passive income and you want to sit on a beach with your laptop and not ever work again. And the odds are that probably isn't going to work for you. Whereas if you're focused on a bigger goal, say you really like working with a certain kind of people and you want to support those people, then build a freedom business around that. Build a business supporting those people. Build a business where you're going to be fueled not only by your goal of having more freedom, but also by making an impact, by the actual work you'll be doing as well, where you're enjoying what you're doing. If you really hate what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, it doesn't matter how powerful your goal is at the end of it. The odds that as an ENFP, you're going to tough it out day in and day out for years to reach an end goal when the day-to-day work is not enjoyable or fulfilling for you, sorry, it's not really going to happen. The idea of freedom being everything is also dangerous because it can sometimes lead to us setting up our days in a way that doesn't have any structure. So some ENFPs will say, I don't like having plans, I don't like being told what to do, I just like to be free and see how I feel. That's great, let me know how that's working for you. I too like that. But one thing I've learned, and most, if not all, successful ENFP entrepreneurs I've spoken to have learned, is that we actually need structure and some discipline and a list of things we need to do and when we need to do them. We have the freedom to create that list ourselves, but ultimately we need to create that list, create that structure to actually move forward and get where we want. And along those same lines, most of the great things in life actually require some kind of sacrifice of our freedom. You want to fall in love with someone? You're probably going to have to make some freedom sacrifices, some compromises, right? Or you might spend your whole life alone. You want to have children, you want to start your own business, you want to really do anything significant and meaningful, you will end up sacrificing some freedom. What my goal has always been is to create the freedom to choose what I want to do and to choose the structures that I make. To have the freedom perhaps to visit a family member on the other side of the world, or the freedom to build my business in the way I want to not have to sacrifice my values for money or for some corporate decision or something like that. I'd encourage you to think about what you want the freedom for. If you were free to do what you want, what would that be? And don't say, I just like to travel forever. We'd all love to just travel forever, and I kind of do sometimes, and it is wonderful. But I bet that there's probably something a little more purposeful there. So maybe start with this. If you did have the freedom to choose how you spend your time and to do something significant, what would you choose to do? Start with that and then use that perhaps as the fuel and maybe even the framework to build a life that has the freedom that you really want. Now, if you're new to the channel and this is the first time you're seeing me, my name is Dan, this is Dreams Around the World, and my mission here is to help you become the best version of yourself, all while creating the most awesome life possible for you and those you love. I publish new videos every week, so consider hitting the subscribe button, and if you do, hit the bell so you're notified of new videos. Below in the comments, let me know what freedom would mean for you and what is the bigger thing you would like to do if you had the freedom to pursue it. Thank you for watching. Catch you in the next video soon.